Hello everybody, welcome back to the Love Notions channel. I am Natita, also known as So Natural Dane, here on YouTube and over on Instagram and Facebook. So listen, today is another Feature Friday pattern. Yes, it is a good one. It's one that I absolutely love. But before we get into the different versions that I have, let's talk a little bit about the pattern. So let's talk a little bit about the details of the pattern. It has several different options for you. You have a dress, a knee length, and a maxi version. You also have the tank or the shirt version, which also includes, for any of those versions, you can do sleeves, you can do short sleeve. And what's also so fantastic about this pattern, one, it is an easy sew. It's for knit. It goes up to 5X, and it has a full bust front option. So like I said, I absolutely love the title. The one I will be sharing with you today is my 5th title that I have made. I am wearing one version here. This is kind of a lavender color. You can barely see, but I have it on with my Love Notions crescendos that I modified into shorts, as well as I have 3 different dress versions. I'll share with you the version today, but I have this lovely pink version, which is sleeveless, that I absolutely love. I wear these all the time. They get a lot of wear. And I also have this sleeve version as well. Also, of course, all in knit. Now, the version that I will be sharing with you today is very special. Are you headed to a wedding? Are you headed to a nice, elegant summer event? And you want something quick, easy, knit, breathable. If you decide to indulge a little bit, then you don't have to worry about anything too form-fitting. Well, enter the title. I have made the title in this beautiful knit. However, there is lace. It is lace over top of the knit. And I think this little quick is so quick and easy. The title is also fast to sew. I would say even with the version that I'm showing you today, you can get it sewn up, depending on your speed of sewing, 2-3 hours. You should have this done. But I am going to take you over to the cutting table, share with you what I did to make this beautiful, elegant wedding dress attire. So once you have all of your pattern pieces cut out the size that you need. Again, I am starting with the extra large at the shoulders and going out from the shoulder all the way down to the hem at a 2XL. And I'm also using the front full bust, and that is the sizing. So once you have your sizing and everything cut out, measure from your shoulder down to the hem to see what that length is on you. I have made a few titles already, as mentioned, and so for this version I reprinted out the pattern so I can just have the original length of the pattern. And so measure for yourself how far you want it to hit on you. Normally I would lengthen this by 2 inches. The other versions I have, but I am not. Instead, those extra 2 inches that I would normally lengthen the pattern, I'll leave the pattern as is, but the lace is what I'll have extend down 2 to 2.5 inches. I will not be hemming the lace. I'll let the lace at the bottom just be a raw edge, but I will hem the dress underneath. So go ahead, grab your fabric, cut out your pattern pieces, and also cut out your pattern pieces for your lace. And just showing you real quick my pattern, what I've done is mark 2 inches down. I was going to do 2.5, but because I know this is I need to hem the bottom of the main fabric, that will give me that extra 1/2 inch down there that I was looking for. So I'm going to go ahead, finish cutting this out, and then we're going to combine them together. Go ahead and sew this up, your main fabric as well as your lace, as normal per the instructions, and then we'll come back and combine the two together. Okay, so for the neck binding, I am going to use the selvage edge of my lace. If you can tell here, it is kind of a more solid than lacy on the selvage edge, and it is just wide enough for me to cut out my neckband. So I will fold this in half and then go ahead and cut out my neckband, and this will be my neckband binding. So I am just going to show the top part of the bodice. So take your main fabric, make sure it is turned right side out, make sure all your seams are pressed, everything is pressed nice and neat, and then go ahead and grab your lace. So as you can see here, your lace is also turned right side out. All we're going to do is slip your lace over your main bodice, your main fabric. You see how that has come together? Make sure before you start stitching and pinning. So if you are doing the sleeveless version, you will put right sides together and stitch around and then turn it right side out, the way you would normally do it if you're doing just a clean finish, because you don't have to do the armband binding. Or you can also follow this same process I'm going to show you here for the armband binding if you decide to do sleeveless. But since we are doing sleeves, I have combined this together. We want to make sure our shoulder seams are meeting up here at the top, as well as your seams. So remember, on the front of the Tidal there are seams, that front seam here, make sure those are meeting as well, and just go ahead, pin around the neckline, pin around the arm side, or clip. Okay, now that you have made sure your seams are matching, that back seam, shoulder seams, front seams, go ahead and just stitch the pieces together. So you have your lace right side facing and your main fabric right side up. But go ahead and stitch around the neckline, stitch around the arms, and then we will add the sleeves. Okay, she is looking good. We are almost done. After you have gone ahead and sewn the two together, now you notice you do have your raw edges, but we're going to cover all of that up. The first thing you're going to do is go ahead and put your neckband binding on per instructions, and I'll come back and share with you the sleeves that I will be adding on to kick this up, to give it a little bit of an elegant flair. Okay, now that my neckband is on, I am going to add sleeves. Now here's where you can have some fun with this. You can decide, say you are using the lace, I will be using lace for my sleeves. You can do many sleeve options. You can do a voluminous sleeve from another pattern, knit pattern, slash and spread the sleeves, add elastic, or you can do a flutter sleeve from another pattern. I have decided to use, because I absolutely love it so much, I was a tester for the chorus top and dress, and I absolutely fell in love with the sleeves, the split sleeve on that pattern. It's a short split sleeve. It has a front and a back. Absolutely fell in love with it. I was planning to do a different sleeve, but once this pattern came out, I said, yes, I'm switching it up. And so if you decide to use a sleeve, obviously from another pattern, the first thing you want to do is make sure that you follow the instructions in cutting out. If depending on the type of sleeve that you want to use, you can really play with this, right? But I am using the short split sleeve, and so the only tip, if you do decide to use this same sleeve on that pattern for the chorus top, you notice for the sleeve, when you do the split sleeve, that you do stabilize this seam. And so because I am using lace, I will not use the typical stay tape, knit stay tape. Instead, I am going to use, and I recommend if you have it, grab your lightweight clear elastic. This is a 1/4 inch wide. I have a bunch of this from Amazon. I can definitely link to it down below, but check your stash. You might have some. It's non-stretch. It does not stretch at all. And so that is what I will use to stabilize this seam for my sleeve. And then once you've decided what sleeve you're going to use, if you decide to use the cords, that's my only added tip. Go ahead, add the sleeve to your dress per usual, per your instructions for that particular sleeve, and you are done. Isn't she beautiful? It has turned out lovely. I absolutely love how the split sleeve went with this from the chorus onto this Tidal dress. I am ready for the night and a fun event. Okay, so how easy was that? Super duper easy. The only extra time that you're going to have is merging the two fabrics together. This fabric is a lace. It's the Florence stretch lace that is from Fabric Wholesale Direct, which I will link in the description box down below, along with the pattern and pattern links for you, the chorus, as well as our Feature Friday pattern, which is the title. I say go ahead, grab it. It is a good one that is super easy to sew up. Again, 2 to 3 hours depending on how fast you sew and what you decide to do. But I absolutely love the little peekaboo of lace at the bottom of the dress. Absolutely beautiful. And the main fabric, the knit, that came from a fabric store here in the Houston area that is no longer open. But again, I absolutely love how this turned out. And if you did use the elastic, the non-stretch elastic to stabilize the seam, the slit here, you also can use it to do your hem. And that's exactly what I did. Give it a nice hang. When you do press it, of course, put your pressing cloth over it. You don't want to melt the elastic that's in there, but absolutely beautiful. Go grab your jewelry, costume jewelry, whatever type of jewelry you wear. Get your clutch, get your dancing shoes, and head on over in your new wedding guest dress, which is the title. I hope you enjoyed this quick tutorial, everybody. Let me know if you decide to make it. Tag me, visit me over on Instagram, YouTube, wherever. Leave a comment down below. Let us know if you decided to put this one together. Absolutely love it. I love how it turned out. You see all the pictures in the video popping up. Absolutely love it. All right, everybody, have a fantastic weekend. Grab your title and happy sewing.